In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use some CSS to create some style in Expression Web. First thing we need to do is open our page. Last time I showed you how to create a site, and so this is my site folder, and you can see that I have my index page that I created last time, and I also put a picture in my folder. So go ahead and open your page that you've been working on. So I showed you how to add layers, where your banner is going to go, your navigation is going to go here, or you could have it down the side. But here's your body, where your text is going to go. So we want to add a header, which is like a title for each part of the page of what you're going to talk about on that page. Your banner should be the same throughout the site. Your header is what's changing from page to page. So I'm going to click right in front of my text. I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to click on paragraph. So I'm going to have it paragraph inserted. You notice the P came up and I now have a box. And I'm going to click in the box and I'm going to type, this is where your header is going to go. Header goes here. Okay. If you notice, I'm in split mode, and you can see that it inserted the paragraph tags and then the text that I typed. Now I'm going to highlight this text and I'm going to change it to an H1. Notice the text got bigger. But I want to have my own unique style for H1. So I'm going to show you how to create a style for your H1 tag. Okay, so make sure that the only text that changed was your header text and you didn't change any of the body text. So if you notice, this is the same size as it was before, and this text became bigger when I applied the H1 tag to it. Alright, so over here on our right we have Apply Styles and Manage Styles. Each tab has a new style, so it doesn't matter which one you're in, you just want to click on New Style. And then we're going to select a style. Since we use the H1 tag, we're going to scroll down until we find H1, and what we're going to do is we're going to create our own style for any time you use the H1 tag. So we want to change the font. You want the font to be the same as what you're using throughout your page. So I'm just going to say Impact, and I want to change the size too. And notice it's in pixels here, so I want it to be 16 pixels. Okay. If you want, you can change the color, so it'll always be white when you use the H1 tag, and then you click OK. What you notice is this changed, and we also have a style over here. So you see that this changed, and it says header goes here. I'm not sure this is the best style. So I'm going to modify my style over here. I'm going to click. So I just clicked on this little button down here, and I'm going to change this to, say, I don't want to get too big, but I want it a little bigger so it's easier to read. And if I click Apply, I can see what it did, and so I like it. That's easier to read, and I'm going to click OK. So now you've created a H1 style. So anytime I use the H1, like say I wanted to make this H1, I click on it and I go up here and I click H1, and it has the same style. So it's easy to have the same style throughout your pages. Remember, having a header is part of the requirements for your current events website. Next, I'm going to show you how to insert a picture and how to modify your picture. Alright, so I want to put a picture right after this, right after my header. So I click there, and then I'm just going to drag this picture into my layer, and I'm going to put it right after the E in here. It asks for an alternate name, and I put in my picture, and wow, that's a super big picture. It takes up too much space. So if I just double click on the picture, you can edit the properties of the picture, click on appearance, and I'm going to just make it so it's 200 pixels wide. It's important to keep this aspect ratio, keep that checked so it doesn't morph your picture and make it look funny. Click OK, and now I have a picture of myself, but it put it right after here, so we're going to add a little style to this to make it behave in the way we want it to behave. So go over and click New Style, and instead of choosing one, we're just going to put image img hyphen right, because we're going to move it to the right side of the page. So we have that, leave this all the same, find layout, and we want to float it to the right. And again, this is part of one of your requirements for your current events project. So we have float to the right. The other property we want to control is the margin. So we want to give it a little bit of space. So I'm just going to put 2 pixels, and it's going to be the same for everything. If we click apply, we notice, and we click OK, and nothing happened to our image. So what we need to do is if we go to apply styles, notice we have image right. Okay, if I click on this and then I click on image right, it moved it to the right side. And that's it. That's how you can control your image. Now if you want to modify that style, notice when I hover over it, the little arrow box comes up. I click on the arrow and I click up to modify style. You can change where you want it. You can change the margin. If you want to put some padding on it, you can do that. And notice you can see the difference now that the style is applied to the image. Whatever I change, if I click apply, like let me just put 10 here and move this over. So when I click apply, watch what happens over here. So put a 10-inch padding around this image. Alright, so we want to go back. We don't want to have any padding. We're just going to leave the margin at 2. Click OK, and we're done. So in this tutorial I showed you how to apply a style to an image, and I also showed you how to change a style for your H1 tag. And that's it for creating styles for this tutorial.